It's Friday night, and you've just been paid.
You're ready for new shoes, a fancy dinner, maybe even a movie. But suddenly, it's all gone. Does this sound familiar? If you're struggling to make your paycheck last, you're not alone. Did you know that 64% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck? That's because many fall into the trap of mental accounting, spending without a plan. Today, I'll take you through the 8 essential steps to manage your money better as soon as you get paid. Let's transform your financial habits from paycheck to paycheck living to financial freedom. Whether you're a financial novice or just looking for some extra tips, this video is for you. Stay tuned as we dive into a step-by-step guide that could change your financial future forever.
The importance of financial planning. Organization, firm your work for does financial planning, so you should too.
Welcome to the channel where we break down complex financial concepts into simple, actionable steps. Today, we're tackling a topic that affects us all: how to manage your money effectively as soon as you get paid. Whether you're a student, a working professional, or planning for retirement, financial planning is crucial. Yet, many people shy away from it, thinking it's too complicated or time-consuming. But that's exactly why so many struggle with their finances.
Let's face it, personal finance can feel overwhelming.
But with a clear plan and some discipline, you can take control of your financial future. Today, we'll explore 8 steps to help you manage your money better, achieve your financial goals, and live a more secure and fulfilling life. The cost of financial ignorance, the cost of not managing your money effectively, can be high. From mounting debt to missed opportunities, financial ignorance can lead to significant stress and anxiety. Studies show that financial stress can affect your mental health, relationships, and even physical health. But it doesn't have to be this way. By learning how to manage your money wisely, you can reduce stress and improve your quality of life. So, let's get started on this journey to financial empowerment. We'll break down each step, providing practical tips and insights to help you make the most of your money. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Understanding your financial baseline. The first and most crucial step in managing your money is finding your financial baseline. This means understanding exactly how much you need to cover your essential expenses each month. Most people struggle with their finances because they don't know their financial baseline. Instead, they rely on mental accounting, categorizing money in their heads rather than writing it down. This can lead to overspending and financial stress. Creating a budget. Creating a budget might sound tedious, but it's a powerful tool for managing your money. Companies create budget annually, monitored monthly. You should do the same. Start by listing all your monthly expenses, from rent and utilities to groceries and transportation. Don't forget to include less obvious costs like subscriptions, dining out, and entertainment. Once you have a clear picture of your expenses, you can determine your financial baseline, the bare minimum you need to survive each month. Aim to keep this baseline under 50% of your total income. If your baseline is over 50% of your income, look for areas where you can cut back. Do you really need that gym membership, Netflix, Apple Music, Amazon Prime, or premium cable package? Making small adjustments can free up money for savings and investments. The power of tracking your expenses. Tracking your expenses is key to staying within your budget. Use tools like budgeting apps or spreadsheets to monitor your spending and ensure you're on track. This will help you identify patterns and make informed decisions about where to cut back or adjust. By tracking your expenses, you can avoid the pitfalls of mental accounting and gain a clearer understanding of your financial situation. This will empower you to make smarter financial choices and build a solid foundation for the future. Knowing your financial baseline is the foundation of good financial management. It allows you to plan for the future, set realistic goals, and build a cushion for unexpected expenses. With a clear understanding of your financial baseline, you can make informed decisions about your money and work towards achieving your financial goals. Remember, the key is to live within your means and prioritize what truly matters to you. So, take the time to find your financial baseline. It's the first step towards financial freedom and empowerment. Once you have a clear picture of your finances, you'll be better equipped to tackle the next steps and take control of your financial future. The importance of an emergency fund. Imagine having the peace of mind knowing you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. That's the power of an emergency fund.
It's your financial safety net, providing security and stability in times of need.
Unfortunately, many people are unprepared for financial emergencies. Studies show that 56% of Americans can't afford an unexpected $1,000 expense, and 22% don't have any emergency savings at all. How to build your emergency fund? Building an emergency fund doesn't have to be daunting. Start by setting a goal to save 3 to 6 months' worth of your financial baseline. If your baseline is $3,000 a month, aim to save between $9,000 and $18,000. Automate your savings by setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund. Even small, consistent contributions can add up over time and help you reach your goal. Remember, your emergency fund should be easily accessible but separate from your regular spending account. This will prevent you from dipping into it for non-emergencies and ensure it's available when you truly need it. When to use your emergency fund? Your emergency fund is for true emergencies, situations that are unexpected and necessary. This includes events like job loss, medical emergencies, or urgent home repairs. It's not for vacations or impulse purchases. By keeping your emergency fund intact, you can maintain financial stability and avoid going into debt when unexpected expenses arise. It's a critical component of financial security and peace of mind. The benefits of having an emergency fund. Having an emergency fund offers numerous benefits, from reducing financial stress to providing a sense of control and confidence. It allows you to handle life's uncertainties with ease and focus on your long-term goals. With an emergency fund in place, you'll be better equipped to navigate challenges and pursue opportunities without fear of financial setbacks. It's an essential step towards achieving financial freedom and living the life you desire. So, start building your emergency fund today. It's an investment in your future and a crucial part of your financial journey. With determination and discipline, you can create a safety net that provides security and peace of mind. The burden of high-interest debt can be a heavy burden, weighing you down and limiting your financial freedom. High-interest debt, in particular, can quickly spiral out of control, consuming your income and hindering your ability to save and invest. 77% of American adults are in debt, and many have accepted it as the norm. But it doesn't have to be this way. By tackling your high-interest debt, you can free up your income and pave the way for a more secure financial future. Strategies for paying off debt. There are 2 effective strategies for paying off high-interest debt: the avalanche method and the snowball method. Each has its own advantages, so choose the one that best suits your personality and financial situation. The avalanche method involves paying off your highest interest rate debts first, while making minimum payments on the rest. This approach is the most efficient and cost-effective way to eliminate debt, saving you money on interest in the long run. The snowball method, on the other hand, focuses on paying off your smallest debts first. This approach may not be as efficient, but it provides a psychological boost by allowing you to see quick wins and build momentum. Creating a debt repayment plan. To get started, list all your debts, including the amount owed, interest rates, and minimum payments. Choose the method that works best for you and create a repayment plan. Track your progress and adjust your strategy as needed. By committing to a debt repayment plan, you can regain control of your finances and reduce the stress and anxiety associated with debt. As you pay off each debt, you'll free up more income to save and invest for the future. The freedom of being debt-free offers a sense of freedom and empowerment. It allows you to focus on your goals, save for the future, and enjoy life without the constant pressure of financial obligations. Imagine the possibilities when you're no longer burdened by debt.
You can invest in your future,
Travel, pursue new opportunities, and live life on your terms. It's a liberating feeling that's well worth the effort. So, take the first step towards financial freedom by paying off your high-interest debt. With determination and discipline, you can break free from the cycle of debt and create a brighter, more secure future. Investing is one of the most powerful tools for building wealth and achieving financial independence. It allows your money to work for you, generating returns and growing over time. Einstein once said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. It's the key to turning small investments into substantial wealth over time, and it's never too late to start. Understanding investment basics before you start investing, it's important to understand the basics. Diversification is key to managing risk and maximizing returns. By spreading your investments across different asset classes, you can reduce volatility and increase your chances of success. Each investment type has its own risk and reward profile. Stocks offer higher returns but come with more volatility, while bonds provide stability and income.
Real estate can offer both growth and income, but requires more management and capital.
Choosing the right investment accounts can help you maximize your returns and minimize taxes.
For most people, it's best to start with a 401k or employer-sponsored retirement plan, especially if it offers matching contributions. After maxing out your employer match, consider contributing to a Roth IRA. Unlike a 401k, contributions to a Roth IRA are made with after-tax dollars, but your earnings grow tax-free and can be withdrawn tax-free in retirement. Investing for the long-term is a long-term game. It's about staying the course and resisting the urge to time the market. Instead of trying to predict market movements, focus on consistently investing a fixed amount over time. This is called dollar cost averaging, DCA. Dollar cost averaging involves investing a fixed amount regularly, regardless of market conditions. This approach minimizes risk by allowing you to buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when prices are high. Staying the course. Market volatility is a normal part of investing. It's important to stay focused on your long-term goals and avoid making emotional decisions based on short-term market movements. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Stay disciplined, be patient, and let the power of compounding work its magic. With time and persistence, you can build substantial wealth and achieve your financial goals. The benefits of automation. Automation is a powerful tool for managing your finances and reducing the risk of human error. By setting up automated systems, you can ensure your bills are paid on time, your savings grow steadily, and your investments are consistently funded. Automating your finances saves time, reduces stress, and helps you stay on track with your financial goals. It eliminates the need to remember deadlines or make manual transactions, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. How to automate your finances. Start by setting up direct deposit for your paycheck, so it's automatically deposited into your checking account. Then, schedule automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts to ensure consistent contributions. Next, automate your bill payments to avoid late fees and penalties. Most banks and service providers offer automatic payment options, allowing you to set it and forget it. Creating a spending plan. In addition to automating your savings and bills, Create a spending plan that sets limits on non-essential expenses like dining out, entertainment, and shopping. This will help you stay within your budget and avoid impulse spending. A spending plan is not about depriving yourself. It's about making intentional choices with your money. By setting clear limits, you can prioritize what truly matters and enjoy the things you love without guilt. The impact of automation on decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is a real phenomenon, and it can lead to poor financial choices. By automating your finances, you can reduce the number of decisions you need to make each day, freeing up mental energy for more important tasks. Automating your finances is a game changer. It simplifies your life, reduces stress, and ensures you stay on track with your financial goals. So, take the time to set up your automated systems and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing your finances are taken care of. Understanding opportunity costs. Opportunity cost is the value of what you give up when you choose one option over another. It's a powerful concept that can help you make smarter financial decisions and maximize your resources. In economics, opportunity cost is used to evaluate trade-offs and determine the best use of limited resources. By understanding opportunity costs, you can make more informed choices and prioritize what truly matters. Applying opportunity cost to your finances. Consider the opportunity cost of your time. If you spend 3 hours cleaning your house, you're giving up the opportunity to work on a side hustle or enjoy leisure activities. Evaluate whether hiring help or outsourcing tasks makes more financial sense. Similarly, consider the opportunity cost of your money. If you're spending on non-essential items, you're missing out on the potential returns from investing or saving that money for future goals. Making informed choices. By evaluating opportunity costs, you can make more informed choices and allocate your resources effectively. This allows you to focus on high-value activities that align with your goals and priorities. Remember, opportunity cost is not just about money. It's about time, energy, and focus. By making intentional choices, you can create a life that's aligned with your values and aspirations. Take the time to evaluate the opportunity costs of your decisions. It's a valuable exercise that can lead to better choices and a more fulfilling life. By focusing on what truly matters, you can achieve your goals and enjoy the journey along the way. The value of financial education. Financial education is a critical component of long-term success. It empowers you to make informed decisions, avoid costly mistakes, and build a secure financial future. Studies show that people with higher financial literacy tend to save more, invest wisely, and achieve greater financial security. By investing in your financial education, you can gain the knowledge and skills needed to navigate the complexities of personal finance. How to improve your financial literacy? There are many ways to improve your financial literacy, from taking online courses to reading books and attending workshops. Choose resources that align with your learning style and goals. Don't be afraid to ask questions and seek guidance from financial professionals. Whether it's a financial advisor, a mentor, or a community group, learning from others can provide valuable insights and perspectives. The benefits of financial education. Financial education offers numerous benefits, from improved financial decision-making to increased confidence and empowerment. It allows you to take control of your finances and create a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. By prioritizing your financial education, you can make informed choices, avoid costly mistakes, and build a secure future for yourself and your loved ones. It's an investment in yourself that pays dividends for a lifetime. So, commit to learning and growing your financial knowledge. It's a journey that requires dedication and effort, but the rewards are well worth it. With the right knowledge and skills, you can achieve your financial goals and live the life you've always dreamed of. The importance of regular reviews. Financial planning is not a one-time event.
It's an ongoing process that requires regular reviews and adjustments. By periodically assessing your financial situation, you can ensure you stay on track and make progress towards your goals. Regular reviews allow you to identify areas for improvement, adjust your strategies, and take advantage of new opportunities. It's an essential part of staying adaptable and responsive to changing circumstances. How to review your financial plan? Start by reviewing your income, expenses, and savings to ensure they align with your goals. Check your progress on paying off debt, building your emergency fund, and achieving your investment targets. Evaluate your financial goals and make adjustments based on changes in your life or priorities. This may involve setting new goals, reallocating resources, or adjusting your budget to reflect your current situation. Staying flexible and adaptable. Flexibility and adaptability are key to successful financial planning. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances can change, so it's important to be prepared and willing to adjust your plans as needed. Remember, your financial plan is a living document that should evolve with you. By staying flexible and open to change, you can navigate life's ups and downs with confidence and resilience. So, make regular reviews a part of your financial routine. It's a valuable practice that keeps you focused, motivated, and on track to achieve your goals. With dedication and perseverance, you can create a financial plan that supports your dreams and aspirations. Recap of key points. We've covered a lot today, from finding your financial baseline and building an emergency fund to paying off debt and investing wisely. Each step is an important part of creating a strong financial foundation and achieving your goals. By following these steps and staying committed to your financial journey, you can take control of your finances and create the life you've always dreamed of. Encouragement and motivation. Remember, financial success is not about perfection, it's about progress. Take small steps each day, stay focused on your goals, and don't be afraid to ask for help or seek guidance along the way. With dedication and perseverance, you can achieve financial freedom and live the life you desire. It's a journey that requires effort and commitment, but the rewards are well worth it. What steps are you taking to improve your financial situation? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and learn how these tips have helped you on your financial journey. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Your support means the world to me and helps us continue creating valuable resources for you. Thank you for watching, and remember that financial freedom is within your reach. Together, we can achieve our goals and create a brighter future. From the moment you step foot into school, they try to control your ambition. I remember sitting in a lecture theater, filled with excitement as the teacher asked us to write down our dream job, car, and house. I eagerly wrote down, business owner, Ferrari, and mansion. But then she said something that hit me like a ton of bricks. Life is going to be tough, so I'm going to break the hard news to you now. You're probably not going to have none of those things, so be realistic and lower your expectations. You see, people look at your appearance and make conclusion or judgment as to your future. You're a poor black kid with no financial, business connection, network from your parents or whatever, and no money. I thought to myself, of course I will. I'll have all of those things. And that's the attitude I've carried with me throughout my life. You see, if you allow the system to crush your hopes and dreams, you'll never be able to create wealth from nothing. This isn't just some fluffy motivational talk, it's a reality check. If you can't even believe that something is possible, how on earth are you going to do the work required to become wealthy? I've always had a radical faith that everything is possible on earth. If you believe it and stick with it, sooner than later, it'll harden into facts. Most people give in to the pressure of being realistic and end up joining the crowd. Dare to be different. They settle, they give up, and then they discourage the next generation from pursuing their dreams. But you don't have to follow that path.
You can break the cycle, just like I did in that lecture theater. It all starts with believing that you can achieve anything on earth that you set your mind to. The importance of listening to the right voices. One of the first things you need to do is be very careful about who you listen to. I'm not just talking about those fake gurus on social media. I'm also talking about the people in your life who give their unsolicited advice. While your friends and parents may have good intentions, if they haven't built a significant amount of wealth themselves, why would you take their advice on money? Surround yourself with people who are where you want to be, and learn from them. The voices you allow into your life will shape your mindset and your future. Overcoming challenges. Next, you need to learn to think from multiple angles when trying to solve problems. Most people will come across an obstacle that seems impossible to conquer and give up at the first sign of trouble. But here's the secret. The more you let challenges beat you, the harder it is to break out of the herd. Every time you give up, you're cementing the belief that you aren't good enough. Whenever I come across a challenge, I think of at least 10 different solutions and then decide on the best way forward. If one doesn't work, I try the next one, and the next, until I'm successful. This persistence, this refusal to give up, is what sets you apart from the rest. Challenges or obstacles are just stepping stones to your destination. Stepping outside your comfort zone. Let me tell you a story. When I first joined a slaughterhouse where pigs are slaughtered and processed, I wanted to make money to pay for my college. I was excited to. It was a job to make some money. But unfortunately, the manager took a dislike to me and bullied me every day, giving me all the worst tasks. I didn't know what to do. He moved me to the hardest part of bisecting and dissecting a whole pig by removing the thigh bones and removing fats from the meat. I couldn't take it anymore. One night, I came home, sat on my couch, in my one-room apartment, and looked around the room. I thought to myself, what have I got to lose? I have no child or wife to look after but just a college fees. I was 21 years old. I've got to make a decision. Sure. I was scared of quitting a job, but I knew it was the best thing for me. So, next day, I quit the job. The day. If you're young and have few responsibilities, it's a clear choice to take more risks to increase your income. Of course, I'm not suggesting you invest all your money in crypto or anything reckless. The risks should be calculated. But looking back, the biggest risk in my life would have been staying at that dead-end job. Today, I've made it with an MBA and PhD plus having 7-9 income streams that brings me more than 7-8 figures a year. Starting your own business or side hustle for me, increasing my income meant starting my own business. However, if that's not for you, you could always start a side hustle or upgrade your job every couple of years. Studies have shown that job hopping can actually help you build wealth faster than staying loyal to one company. But if your goal is to build wealth as fast as possible and you choose the employee route, you need to pick a career that isn't dependent on how many hours you work but on the results you achieve. Focus on jobs that reward you for your productivity and efficiency, not just for clocking in and out. The moment that changed everything. After lots of hard work and many sleepless nights, I managed to open my recruitment business, and it was a huge success. Years later, sold it after for 7 figures. I was reinvesting all of my money back into the business to help it grow, so I didn't have time to think about investing in stocks or shares. Then one day, I employed a fresh from high school, and on his first day, all he kept banging on about was stocks and shares. I thought, what does a 17-year-old know about stocks and shares? But then he mentioned a particular stock that he was confident would go to the moon. He said, I've got $1,000, and I'm going to pile it all in because I'm so confident. I thought, well, if he's that confident, maybe I should have a little go myself. 2 weeks later, I drove into the office and had a chat with that young lad. I said, do you know how much money you've made today? He looked at me confused and said, but Ernie, I don't make any money. You haven't paid me because I just got started. I smiled and said, man, you've made 13 grand today because that share we bought into has pretty much 10x overnight. And I didn't do too bad myself, either. That moment changed everything for me. It opened my eyes to the power of investing and the importance of starting sooner rather than later.
The importance of early investing. The reality is, the longer you wait to start investing, the more difficult it's going to be to build substantial wealth. The more time you allow for your money to grow, the more money you'll eventually have. This is the power of compounding. Check out this study by Goldman Sachs, which shows that if you missed the 5 best trading days over the past 4 decades, you'd have reduced your long-term gains by 38%. Even worse, if you missed the 10 best days, you'd have lost out by 55%. So, I strongly suggest getting in the habit of investing your money for the long term in the stock market. But don't be as crazy as I was when I first started. Do your research, and invest in stocks you believe in for the long haul. The greatest investor the world has come to know built his wealth through long-term investment, Warren Buffett. Choosing the right investment platform. When deciding where to invest your money, the first thing you need to look for is an investment platform with smooth and easy-to-use chart features. It may not seem important at first, but I can't stress enough how many times I've struggled with clunky apps while trying to track the growth of my investments. Having a wide range of stocks and ETFs to invest in is also crucial for diversification and reducing risk. It allows you to spread your investments across different sectors and asset classes, which is key to building a stable portfolio. Another feature to look for is paper trading. This allows you to experience the full investing process using virtual money. It's a great way to practice, refine your knowledge, and test out new strategies, all without risking any actual cash. Just remember, treat it like it's your real money. Otherwise, you'll change your strategies when it comes to the real thing and get completely different results. Learning from the mistakes of others. Just as quickly as I made my fortune, I could have lost it all. I was friends with one of the richest guys in the US. He was featured in the top 50 US rich list, which is pretty impressive. We used to go to his parties, which were always extravagant affairs at his mansion. One night, I sat down with him over coffee and asked, "How do you make this sort of money just from a business?" He said, "Ernie, I don't make that much money from my businesses. I make money from leveraging my investments. I'm part of an investment group that earns 25 to 35, sometimes even 40% per year." It sounded too good to be true, so I decided not to get involved. And I was right. 2 to 3 months later, that group went under, taking everyone involved down with it. They were leveraged to the hilt and lost considerably more than they had invested. My friend lost everything, including his mansion. Never invest in something you don't understand. If you read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, you'll understand this point. And even if you believe in what you're investing in, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is key. It reduces your risk exposure and ensures that one wrong decision won't wipe you out. I've always advised people and young investors to leverage dollar average cost invest strategy when investing. You can invest $100 consistently every month, and before you know it, you've built a powerful portfolio. Building a diversified investment portfolio. When it comes to my stock market investments, I primarily focus on a strategy called the 3-fund portfolio. This portfolio consists of 3 main components: a total U.S. stock market index fund, a total international stock index fund, and a total bond market fund. These funds allow for diversification across different markets and asset classes, reducing risk while still providing the potential for long-term growth. In addition to my stock market investments, I've also diversified my portfolio by investing in other assets such as real estate and precious metal, gold. This approach allows me to spread my investments across various industries and asset types, further mitigating risk and increasing the potential for good returns. The importance of multiple streams of income. It's not just about diversifying your investments, it's also about diversifying your income streams. My income sources include my Shopify business, e-hailing, food delivery, booking and home care apps businesses, my logistic company, affiliate income with my 7 blog sites, advertising revenue, stock dividends, 23 ebooks and counting, and rental income from my various properties. I'm probably missing a few, but you get the idea. When you're building your empire, constantly think about how you can create different streams of income. That way, you won't be completely wiped out by one wrong decision, like my friend. Your path to wealth. So, There you have it. The story and journey from a broke, black kid from Africa to a self-made millionaire with nothing but belief and never give up mentality. It wasn't easy, and it certainly wasn't always smooth sailing. But by believing in myself, thinking outside the box, taking calculated risks, and diversifying both my investments and income streams, I was able to build wealth in a relatively short amount of time. If I can do it, so can you. It's time to take control of your financial future. Start by believing that it's possible, then take the steps necessary to make it a reality. Whether it's starting a side hustle, investing in the stock market, or diversifying your income streams, every action you take today brings you one step closer to financial freedom. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't achieve your dreams. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back. You have the power to build wealth, no matter where you're starting from. So go out there, take risks, and start building your empire. Everything is possible on Earth. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing to the channel for more content on personal finance, investing, and building wealth. Until next time, take care, stay focused, and keep pushing forward. Welcome to our in-depth exploration of the worst financial crises in history. Financial crises have shaped economies, disrupted societies, and changed the course of history. By understanding these crises, we can learn valuable lessons to prevent future economic turmoil. In this comprehensive video, we'll cover the 16 worst financial crises, analyze their causes and impacts, and provide recommendations on how to avoid the next financial crisis. Let's dive into the tumultuous world of financial history. 1. The Tulip Mania, 1636 to 1637. The Tulip Mania is often cited as the first recorded financial bubble. It occurred in the Netherlands during the Dutch Golden Age when the prices of tulip bulbs reached extraordinarily high levels and then dramatically collapsed. This period was marked by speculative buying and a frenzy that drove prices to unsustainable levels. When the bubble burst, it led to a severe economic downturn. Causes: 1. Speculative trading of tulip bulbs. 2. Market manipulation and speculation. 3. Lack of regulatory oversight. Impact: 1. Financial ruin for many investors. 2. Loss of confidence in speculative investments. 3. Highlighted the dangers of speculative bubbles. 2. The South Sea Bubble, 1720. The South Sea Bubble was a British stock market bubble that occurred in the early 18th century. The South Sea Company was granted a monopoly to trade with South America. Investors were promised massive profits, leading to a speculative frenzy. However, the company's actual profits did not meet expectations, leading to a dramatic collapse in stock prices. Causes: 1. Speculative investments based on unrealistic profit expectations. 2. Lack of transparency and accountability. 3. Government corruption and insider trading. Impact: 1. Massive financial losses for investors. 2. Increased skepticism towards joint stock companies. 3. Reforms in financial regulation and corporate governance. 3. The Panic of 1837. The Panic of 1837 was a financial crisis in the United States that led to a severe economic depression. It was triggered by a combination of speculative lending practices, a decline in cotton prices, and restrictive monetary policies. 1. Speculative lending and land speculation. 2. Tight monetary policies and withdrawal of European investments. 3. Decline in agricultural prices, particularly cotton. Impact: 1. Bank failures and widespread unemployment. 2. Severe economic depression lasting several years. 3. Changes in banking regulations and monetary policy. 4. The Long Depression, 1873-1896. The Long Depression was a worldwide economic recession that lasted for about 23 years. It was triggered by the collapse of the Vienna Stock Exchange and was exacerbated by bank failures and a downturn in the railway industry. Causes: 1. Overexpansion of the railway industry. 2. Speculative investments and stock market crash.
3. Deflationary pressures and banking failures. Impact: 1. Prolonged economic stagnation and high unemployment. 2. Collapse of many businesses and financial institutions. 3. Shift towards more regulated financial systems. 5. The Panic of 1907. The Panic of 1907 was a financial crisis in the United States that led to a severe economic downturn. It was triggered by the failure of a major brokerage firm, which led to a series of bank runs and widespread panic. Causes: 1. Failure of speculative investments and market manipulation. 2. Lack of a central banking system to provide liquidity. 3. Panic and loss of confidence in financial institutions. Impact: 1. Bank failures and severe economic downturn. 2. Creation of the Federal Reserve System in 1913. 3. Reforms in banking regulations and monetary policy. 6. The Wall Street crash of 1929. The Wall Street crash of 1929, also known as Black Tuesday, was the most devastating stock market crash in the history of the United States. It marked the beginning of the Great Depression, which lasted for about a decade. Causes: 1. Speculative bubble in stock prices. 2. Excessive use of leverage and margin trading. 3. Lack of regulatory oversight and financial safeguards. Impact: 1. Massive financial losses and widespread bank failures. 2. Prolonged economic depression and high unemployment. 3. Major reforms in financial regulation, including the Securities Act of 1933 and the Banking Act of 1933, Glass-Steagall Act. 7. The Great Depression, 1929-1939. The Great Depression was a severe worldwide economic depression that took place during the 1930s. It was the longest and most widespread depression of the 20th century. Causes: 1. Stock market crash of 1929. 2. Bank failures and reduction in purchasing power. 3. Drought conditions and decline in agricultural production. Impact: 1. Widespread unemployment and poverty. 2. Collapse of international trade and economic activity. 3. Introduction of social safety nets and economic reforms, such as the New Deal. 8. The OPEC oil crisis, 1973. The OPEC oil crisis of 1973 was a major oil embargo imposed by the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, in response to Western support of Israel during the Yom Kippur War. This led to skyrocketing oil prices and a global economic downturn. Causes: 1. Geopolitical tensions and conflict in the Middle East. 2. Dependence on oil imports by Western countries. 3. Lack of alternative energy sources. Impact: 1. Stagflation, combination of stagnation and inflation, in many Western economies. 2. Increased focus on energy conservation and alternative energy sources. 3. Changes in energy policies and international relations. 9. The Latin American debt crisis, 1980s. The Latin American debt crisis was a financial crisis that originated in the early 1980s when Latin American countries, particularly Mexico, Brazil, and Argentina, were unable to service their external debt. Causes: 1. Excessive borrowing and reliance on foreign debt. 2. Decline in commodity prices and export revenues. 3. High interest rates and economic mismanagement. Impact: 1. Severe economic recessions and hyperinflation in affected countries. 2. Implementation of structural adjustment programs by the International Monetary Fund, IMF. 3. Long-term economic and social impacts on Latin American countries. 10. The savings and loan crisis, 1980s-1990s. The savings and loan crisis was a financial crisis that occurred in the United States during the 1980s and early 1990s, involving the failure of savings and loan associations, S&Ls. Causes: 1. Deregulation of the S&L industry. 2. Poor management and risky investments. 3. Fraud and misconduct by S&L executives. Impact: 1.
Failure of over 1,000 S&Ls and significant financial losses. 2. Costly government bailouts and increased regulatory oversight. 3. Reforms in the financial industry, including the Financial Institutions Reform, Recovery, and Enforcement Act of 1989. 11. The Asian Financial Crisis, 1997-1998. The Asian financial crisis was a period of financial turmoil that gripped much of East Asia and Southeast Asia in the late 1990s. It began in Thailand and quickly spread to neighboring countries, leading to severe economic downturns. Causes. 1. Speculative investments and over-reliance on short-term foreign debt. 2. Weak financial systems and lack of regulatory oversight. 3. Contagion effect as panic spread across the region. Impact. 1. Severe recessions and currency devaluations in affected countries. 2. Implementation of IMF-led structural adjustment programs. 3. Long-term economic reforms and increased focus on financial stability. 12. The dot-com bubble, 1997-2000. The dot-com bubble was a period of excessive speculation in the late 1990s, characterized by a rapid rise in equity markets fueled by investments in internet-based companies. Causes. 1. Speculative investments in technology and internet stocks. 2. Overvaluation of dot-com companies with little to no profitability. 3. Irrational exuberance and herd behavior among investors. Impact. 1. Collapse of many dot-com companies and significant financial losses. 2. Burst of the bubble in 2000, leading to a recession. 3. Increased skepticism towards speculative investments and tighter regulation of initial public offerings, IPOs. 13. The global financial crisis, 2007-2008. The global financial crisis, also known as the Great Recession, was the most severe financial crisis since the Great Depression. It was triggered by the collapse of the housing bubble in the United States and the subsequent failure of financial institutions. Causes. 1. Subprime mortgage lending and housing bubble. 2. Securitization of mortgage-backed securities, MBS, and complex financial derivatives. 3. Lack of regulatory oversight and risk management in the financial sector. Impact. 1. Failure of major financial institutions and government bailouts. 2. Severe global recession and high unemployment. 3. Major financial reforms, including the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. 14. The European debt crisis, 2009-2014. The European debt crisis was a multi-year financial crisis that took place in several Eurozone countries, primarily Greece, Ireland, Portugal, Spain, and Italy. It was characterized by high government debt levels and concerns about the solvency of several Eurozone economies. Causes. 1. Excessive government borrowing and spending. 2. Structural weaknesses in the Eurozone and lack of fiscal integration. 3. Contagion effect and loss of investor confidence. Impact. 1. Sovereign debt defaults and bailouts by the European Union, EU, and the IMF. 2. Implementation of austerity measures and structural reforms. 3. Long-term economic and political challenges in the Eurozone. 15. The Chinese stock market crash, 2015. The Chinese stock market crash was a major stock market correction that occurred in the summer of 2015. It was triggered by a combination of speculative trading, market manipulation, and economic slowdown in China. Causes. 1. Speculative trading and overvaluation of stocks. 2. Government intervention and market manipulation. 3. Economic slowdown and concerns about China's growth prospects. Impact. 1. Significant financial losses for investors and increased market volatility. 2. Implementation of regulatory measures to stabilize the market. 3. Long-term impact on investor confidence and market reforms. 16. The COVID-19 pandemic and economic crisis, 2020-present. The COVID-19 pandemic has been one of the most profound global crises of the 21st century, affecting nearly every aspect of life. From health and social systems to economies and international relations, the impacts have been extensive and far-reaching. Here, we delve deeper into the causes, impacts, and responses to this unprecedented economic crisis. Causes: global health crisis and lockdown measures. The outbreak of the novel coronavirus in late 2019 quickly escalated into a global pandemic. To contain the spread of the virus, countries worldwide implemented stringent lockdown measures, including social distancing, travel restrictions, and the closure of non-essential businesses. These measures, while necessary for public health, led to a dramatic halt in economic activities. Disruptions to supply chains and economic activity. The pandemic disrupted global supply chains, causing delays and shortages in goods and services. Manufacturing hubs, particularly in China, faced shutdowns that rippled through international trade networks. The interruption of supply chains affected various sectors, including automotive, electronics, pharmaceuticals, and consumer goods, leading to reduced production and increased costs. Government responses and fiscal stimulus measures. Governments worldwide responded with a range of fiscal and monetary policies to mitigate the economic impact. These included stimulus packages, unemployment benefits, and support for businesses. Central banks slashed interest rates and injected liquidity into financial markets. While these measures provided short-term relief, they also significantly increased government debt. Impact: severe economic downturns and high unemployment. The lockdowns and restrictions led to severe economic contractions. In 2020, the global economy shrank by 3.5%, according to the International Monetary Fund, IMF. The pandemic triggered the worst recession since the Great Depression, with GDP falling in many countries. The service sectors, particularly travel, tourism, and hospitality, were hit hardest. Unemployment rates soared as businesses closed and millions lost their jobs. Increased government debt and fiscal challenges. To cushion the blow of the pandemic, governments around the world borrowed heavily. The United States, for example, passed several stimulus bills totaling trillions of dollars. While these measures were crucial for providing immediate relief, they resulted in unprecedented levels of government debt. The long-term fiscal challenges posed by this debt include potential tax increases, cuts in public spending, and debates over sustainable debt levels. Long-term structural changes in economies and societies. The pandemic has accelerated several structural changes in economies and societies. 1. Remote work and digital transformation. The shift to remote work has been one of the most significant changes. 1. Companies have invested in digital infrastructure, and employees have adapted to new ways of working. 1. This transformation is likely to persist, with hybrid work models becoming more common. 2. E-commerce and consumer behavior. The pandemic boosted e-commerce as consumers turned to online shopping. 2. This shift in consumer behavior has implications for retail, logistics, and real estate sectors. 3. Health systems and preparedness. The crisis exposed vulnerabilities in health systems worldwide. 3. There is now a greater emphasis on strengthening public health infrastructure and pandemic preparedness. 4. Globalization and supply chains. Companies are reconsidering their reliance on global supply chains. 4. There is a trend towards reshoring and diversifying supply sources to enhance resilience. 5. Social inequalities. The pandemic highlighted and exacerbated existing social inequalities. 5. Disadvantaged groups, including low-income workers and minorities, were disproportionately affected. 5. Addressing these inequalities has become a priority for policymakers. Government and institutional responses. Fiscal stimulus and monetary policy. Governments and central banks implemented a range of measures to stabilize economies. 1. Stimulus packages. Countries like the United States, European Union, and Japan launched massive fiscal stimulus packages to support individuals and businesses. 1. These packages included direct payments, loans, and grants. 2. Monetary easing. Central banks lowered interest rates and purchased government securities to ensure liquidity in financial markets. 2. The Federal Reserve, European Central Bank, and others took unprecedented steps to support economies.
International cooperation in vaccine distribution. The pandemic underscored the need for international cooperation. Organizations like the World Health Organization, WHO, played a critical role in coordinating global health responses. The development and distribution of vaccines through initiatives like COVAX aimed to ensure equitable access to vaccines worldwide. Economic and social reforms. The crisis prompted governments to consider long-term reforms. 1. Universal Basic Income, UBI. The idea of UBI gained traction as a means to provide financial security during crises. 2. Healthcare reforms. Investments in healthcare infrastructure and systems were prioritized to improve resilience against future pandemics. 3. Sustainable development. There was a renewed focus on sustainable and inclusive economic development to address climate change and social inequalities. Recommendations for avoiding future financial crises. Strengthening global health systems. 1. Invest in healthcare infrastructure. Governments should allocate resources to build robust healthcare systems capable of handling pandemics. 2. Enhance global cooperation. Strengthen international health organizations and frameworks to facilitate coordinated responses to health crises. Building resilient economies. 1. Diversify economies. Encourage diversification of economies to reduce dependence on specific sectors. 2. Enhance supply chain resilience. Promote the development of resilient and diversified supply chains to mitigate the impact of disruptions. Implementing robust regulatory frameworks. 1. Strengthen financial regulation. Ensure that financial systems are adequately regulated to prevent excessive risk-taking and speculation. 2. Promote transparency and accountability. Enhance transparency in financial transactions and hold institutions accountable for their actions. Promoting sustainable growth. 1. Invest in green technologies. Prioritize investments in green technologies and sustainable practices to address climate change and promote economic resilience. 2. Foster inclusive growth. Implement policies that promote inclusive economic growth and reduce social inequalities. Enhancing financial literacy. 1. Educate the public. Increase efforts to educate the public about financial matters to help individuals make informed decisions and avoid speculative bubbles. 2. Support financial innovation. Encourage responsible financial innovation that enhances economic resilience and stability. Recommendations to avoid future financial crises. To prevent future financial crises, it is crucial to implement and adhere to sound economic and financial policies. Here are some recommendations. 1. Strengthen regulatory oversight. Ensure that financial markets and institutions are adequately regulated to prevent excessive risk-taking and speculative behavior. 2. Enhance transparency and accountability. Promote transparency in financial transactions and hold institutions accountable for their actions. 3. Implement macroprudential policies. Use macroprudential tools to monitor and mitigate systemic risks in the financial system. 4. Promote financial literacy. Educate the public about financial matters to help individuals make informed decisions and avoid speculative bubbles. 5. Diversify economies. Encourage economic diversification to reduce reliance on specific sectors and increase resilience to economic shocks. 6. Strengthen international cooperation. Foster international cooperation to address global financial risks and ensure coordinated responses to crises. 7. Develop contingency plans. Establish contingency plans and crisis management frameworks to respond swiftly and effectively to financial disruptions. 8. Promote sustainable growth. Focus on sustainable economic growth that balances financial stability, social equity, and environmental sustainability. By learning from past financial crises and implementing these recommendations, we can build more resilient economies and reduce the likelihood of future economic turmoil. Thank you for joining us on this journey through financial history. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Until next time, stay informed and stay financially savvy.